Hey, welcome back. And I'm so glad you're here. We're going to talk about VAs today. We're going to talk about what a VA is, what a VA can do, and when you know that you need one. And the reason that this topic is kind of fresh on my brain is because, well, in the last 6 months, here's the thing. I think sometimes, it's not that I hide things from people, but there are things that happens in our life and in business that I don't always share on social media. Either it's just not the right timing, or it's not appropriate, or it's nobody's business, or we're just not ready, or there's a many different reasons, right? So in the last 6 months to a year, Jason and I have actually started two more companies. So one is a VA agency. It's a virtual assistant agency. We're going to talk about what that is, et cetera. And no, I'm not going to try to tell you to go use my VA agency, because you can't unless you're one of my clients. It's kind of the thing. So you can't. So it's not even that I'm pushing you towards that. And then we've started a real estate company. So anyhow, we started a VA agency at the beginning of 2021. And the reason we started this is this. So for 5 years, I've had my inner circle. And before that, I did, webinars and launched some courses and things. But I have used a VA probably for 8 to 10 years. And because I'm not techie. So I knew, 8 to 10 years ago, when I was wanting to launch a webinar, launch a course, I can do this much of it. I can figure out what the content is. I can talk about the content. I can do all the social media posts. But in terms of how do you go to the web page and start the www dot that? I don't know. How do you actually put a PayPal button on somewhere? I don't know. No idea. And there was a time when perhaps that thought of me not understanding how to do all those techie things made me feel bad. In fact, I even had another business coach tell me one time, Jennifer, if you're going to coach people, you should know this. And I'm like, I don't have to know that. That's not what I coach people in. I coach people on how you need to stay in your stinking lane. And because that's where your favor is. And you need to do only the things that you need to do. And you need to hire somebody else to do the things that you don't need to do. So I'm constantly coaching women, stop doing all the things that you're not good at. Why would I try to teach other people how to do stuff on their website and put a PayPal button on there and take payments when I don't know how to do that? That's not an integrity, right? To be a good business coach, I don't have to know all the things. I have to know what I have to know. And I teach on what I know. And the rest of it, I teach people to hire out. So I've had VAs for years and years, virtual assistants. So that just means hiring people. They're usually contractors. You're usually paying them by the hour, sometimes by the project, but usually by the hour, to do the things that are one of three things, okay? Either things that you don't know how to do. You just do not know how to do them. 2, things that you hate doing. So I hired a VA to help make Pinterest pins years ago. I could make Pinterest pins. I could totally make Pinterest pins, but I had no joy in making Pinterest pins. So I hired a VA to do that. I could write blog posts, but there got to be a point where I just didn't have the time. So 1, things that you don't know how to do. 2, things that you hate doing. Or 3, things that you no longer should be doing. And the blog posts actually probably falls more under that. So I literally just say the words to a blog post, and I now have somebody else type it up, because even though I can write the blog post and I don't necessarily hate it, is that the best use of my time now at this level in business? Or does the business need me in a different capacity? Yes, is the answer. So when you're looking at, I don't even know what I would hire a VA for. Well, what do you not know how to do that currently needs done in your business? What do you currently hate doing? Why are words so hard? Here's why I think words are so hard right now. Because I just had a birthday party for Ariana with 15 little girls, and there was lots of talking and lots of chattering, and I had to be, chipper and all the things. And so words are hard after that. So things that you either don't know how to do, things that you hate doing, or what things are you still doing? You don't necessarily hate them, but they're just not the best use of your time. There's women in my coaching all the time, why are you still the one taking the envelopes to the post office with your earrings in them? Why are you still doing the shipping? Well, because I've always done the shipping. Well, that doesn't mean you still need to. You guys ever heard that story? Funny side note. It's like the story of this wife who got married, and her husband was asking her, honey, how come every time you make a ham, for the holidays or whatever, like you cut off both ends and put it in the pan? And she's like, well, I don't know. My mom always did that. And so the next time her mom was over, she's like, Mom, why did you always cut the ends of the ham off? Like, does it make it taste better? Does it keep it moist? Like, before you put it in the oven. And she's like, I don't know. I always did it just because my mom did it. So then they asked her mom, why did you cut the ends off the ham? Like, is it a secret or what? And she's like, oh no, there was just one year when the pan was too small for my ham. So I just always, so somebody saw her do that, just always did it after that. And then, the next generation just always did it after that. And so sometimes I think as entrepreneurs, and that is related, we still do things just because we've always done it that way. And when you really stop and think about it, you're like, why am I the one driving boxes of things to the post office that need to be shipped out when I have teenagers that could do it, or hire an assistant to do it like locally, or anybody could do that? Why am I doing that? And so if you're needing help, want help, or, there's something that needs done, you just literally don't know how to do it, you need to hire a VA. Okay. So what to look for with a VA? Well, look for somebody that's skilled in the things that you need. Look for somebody that is skilled. They don't necessarily need to know your industry. They don't necessarily need to know what you do, but they do need to know and be proficient in the things that you want to hire them for. So where do you find them? Okay. So if you are wanting to hire a VA and you're one of my clients in my mastermind, if you are an inner circle person in my monthly groups, you have access to our virtual assistant agency. No, my inner circle is not open right now. If you want to, you can go to creatorsinnercircle.com and get on the wait list when we open it again. But we're only letting our clients, and we have no plans on changing that. Now, I'm not not saying we'll never change that, but as of right now, we have zero plans to let anybody other than my clients use our VA agency. We have vetted them. We have 22 VAs that have been trained in the way that we like to have things done. Jenna here at Team Allwood is completely overseeing that. We have a system down where you have an initial interview with the VA and she puts you with the person that is proficient in the thing that you're needing to do. Like, we've got a whole thing. So, but it's only for my clients, like I said. So if you're looking for a VA and you're one of my clients, like, ask us in the groups. If you're not one of our clients, if you're in, any free business groups, ask them, who do you use for a VA? There are several agencies that you can find that are, you can go online and just click, type in virtual assistant to do email for me or something like that. And you will find a bajillion people. I usually suggest that you find somebody, that somebody else that has already used to get a referral. It's just best that way. Okay. So let's talk about, okay, well, what things specifically, like, I know you said, Jen, things we don't have time for, but I just don't even know what a VA could do. Okay. I'm going to just run through kind of like a pseudo list. Okay. So you could have, somebody write your social media posts. You could have somebody respond to your social media DMs. You could have somebody write your emails. You could have somebody write your emails that your company sends. You could have somebody set up your email. If you've never had an email service set up for your business, they could do that. You could have somebody write your blog posts, do your Pinterest pins, do your Instagram graphics. You could have someone that is a VA. I'm trying to think of, there's a million other things. Do technical support, customer service, send things out in the mail for you, write your company newsletter, put things on your calendar. Right now, I have a VA that helps me on a personal level, plan all of our travel, different things. Like, she's been just helping us get some stuff set up with having the place in Florida and, things there. VAs can help you on both a personal and a business level. Okay. So you can hire VAs just to help you with launching a new program. You can hire VAs to take care of your Facebook group, paid or free. You can help have VAs do things like when I did my devotional for business owners, I had a VA make the beautiful front of it. I had another VA completely format it, and I had another VA upload it onto Amazon where it's, currently for sale. You can have VAs help you with writing a book. You can have them take audio and actually type it out. You could have a VA help you edit a book, edit an ebook, format any of those things. You could have them help you with your books. Usually you'd want a bookkeeper, but you could have a VA help you with that. But those are just a couple of things. You could have them write your bio that you use on social media, that you use on your website, anything that's website related, you can have a VA help you with. You can have them connect payment plans. You can have them help you switch payment processors, or maybe you started with one person like MailChimp for your email. Now you want to switch to Aweber or something. You can have them help you do that. There are a million things that VAs can help you with. I'm trying to think if I've got anything else here on the list. You can have them help you set up a landing page, design a logo, design a cover for your ebook. You can help them do a bunch of switch ups on your website if you're not starting from scratch. They can help you with social media, blah, 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 blah. Okay. All right. So that's a lot. Now, the last thing I want to touch on is I will have people come to me and they say, okay, so how do you know, Jen, when it's time to hire a VA? And this is what I will tell them. Like, if you're asking, it's past time. You already know in your knower that you need to hire a VA. Usually the truth is you're afraid that you're going to hire the wrong person, that you're maybe going to kind of get screwed, that they're going to take you for money, that they're not going to do a good job, and you're going to be really disappointed in the process. If that's accurate, I want you to screenshot this podcast and I want you to share it on your Instagram stories and tag me. Yes, Jen. The truth is I'm scared to hire a VA, because that's what honestly the truth usually is. It's not when somebody says to me, how do you know when it's time to hire a VA? I'm like, oh, honey, it was already past time. It's like when people say to me, how do you know if you're done having babies? I'm like, if you're asking, you're not done. Otherwise you would know that you are DUN done, because any woman that's done having babies, she knows she's done. I am DUN done having babies. You know, you're not done when you're like, how do you know if you're done? If you're asking, you're not done. If you're asking if you need a VA, yes, you do. If you are saying, I don't know where to find one. Okay, if you can figure out how to be an entrepreneur and get out of a traditional 9-to-5 and run a company, you can certainly figure out how to find a VA. Usually the issue is women are afraid that they're going to get like in some sort of a contract with somebody and not be happy with their services, and they're going to get taken for money and yada, yada. So listen, find somebody that comes recommended. Hire them for just a little project. How much can we expect to pay? You could anywhere from $15 to, let's say, $40 an hour for, average projects. Oh my gosh, $40 an hour. Listen, you've been trying to get your website up for 6 months. For 6 months, you've been trying to get your website up. And every day that you don't have your website up, you are literally losing dollars. So that $40 an hour, and they can have a website up for you in, I don't even know how much time to say, is completely worth it. Like, here's the thing. People think that running a business is like, you should just be making money. You don't ever have to put any money out. And it's not that you have to spend money to make money. It's not that. It's that people forget that any job has expenses. If I had a job in downtown Kansas City right now, I would have to pay for gas to get there. I'd have to pay for clothing to wear to said job. I would have to pay for parking when I was there. I would have to pay for lunches every day that I was at work. There would be other things. Perhaps I would have to, pay for a cell phone, or who knows, but there's expenses even with a 9-to-5. And to think that you're not going to put any money out to build your business as an entrepreneur, it's just not realistic. It's just not realistic. So yes, a VA will cost you money. And a VA should also save you oodles of time. And in those oodles of time, you are now focusing on the things in the business that you have to focus on, that you're really good at, the things in your business that only you can do, the things you can't hire out. And this is how you keep balance in your business. And this is how you keep your sanity, by hiring for the things that are stealing your peace. You're terrible at anyway. You don't know how to do, but you have some weird hang up about hiring help. I promise you, it is still your business. If somebody else walks the boxes to the post office, it is still 100% your business. If somebody else is writing the email that's going out this week, it is still 100% your business. You still have control. You can edit, you can audit, you can oversee, you can do everything else. If somebody is building your website, because you've been trying to do it for 6 months, like I said, and it's still going nowhere. You won't even push publish because you hate it. But by gosh, I'm going to do it myself. I mean, that makes no sense, friend. That makes no sense. Hire some help. And every time you are finding somebody that can help you build your business, you're helping her or him build theirs. Because that VA is probably doing this as a side gig and working for herself. You're helping put food on her table. So please don't let your ego or pride prevent you from growing your business because you're too scared to hire help. You're too much of a control freak. Listen, if you want to have a business of any substantial size, you've got to let go of control. You got to just let that stinker go out the window. I know this is some harsh talk from me today, but women are intentionally keeping their businesses small because their pride is saying, no, I've got to do everything. Or their ego is saying, I don't want to hire the wrong person and get burned, and lose $100. Okay, well, what if you don't lose $100? What if you make $1,000 because she finally got fixed something on your website that now you can actually take payments? Like, the thinking is ridiculous, ladies. We've got to think bigger. We've got to think different. When you hire somebody for some help in your personal world, get an assistant at home if you can afford it, to the glory of God. If you would like for me to do a podcast about the help I have at home, screenshot this podcast, tag me on it and say, Jennifer, I'd love to know what kind of help you have at home. And I will give you a transparent view of what that looks like, because we have help. Because there's no way that I can be extremely attentive to my husband and extremely attentive to my children and extremely attentive to every piece of my business. There's going to be something that's suffering unless you have help. There just is. There just is. I mean, I think the world has tried to teach us that we can have it all. Okay, maybe, but not usually all at the same time, and not without oodles of stinking help. So I just want you to know, if you are a VA, bravo, because this is the thing. I'm constantly telling women that the online space is just you can do anything you want to online right now. You can sell anything you want to online. You can build anything you want to online. But that also means I'm rooting for you. If you're a virtual assistant, if you're a VA, you're building something too by coming alongside of entrepreneurs and doing the things for them that they either hate, they're no good at anyway, or they shouldn't be doing. So thank you. And so I hope this was helpful. I get so many questions about VAs. Find yourself one. Get yourself into my group at some point so you can use mine. But to all the VAs out there, we salute you. We thank you for your help. To those of you who are currently working here with Team Allwood as a VA, we're honored to have you. Thank you for serving my clients so well. All right, friends, we'll see you next week. I hope that this was fabulous. Oh, you know what? I think I was supposed to give you something. I almost forgot. Okay. I was supposed to tell you, also, your VAs can make up templates and things for you that you can use, like Canva templates that you can use on social media posts and stuff. If you don't have a VA, but you need some templates because you're like, I want to make pretty things. Jen, I promise you, I'm going to hire a VA. I promise you I will, but I just don't have one yet. You can go to jenniferallwood.com/templates. And we've got some free templates that we've made for you guys that the VAs on my team have made that you guys are welcome to use in your own business. So it's at jenniferallwood.com/templates. Love you so much. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.